This is the Mariners POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Seattle Mariners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Perhaps I'm being hyperbolic, but is it crazy for me to think that... Here, wait, let me leave this.
This is fine.
Oh, man. Yeah. What I was going to say before that amazing meme, thank you, Chris Crawford, for making my day a little bit better.
I like that.
Is it crazy for me to think that Dan Wilson might be worse at his job than Dylan Morris?
Oh, my God. No.
And the fact that's even a question is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, God, there's so much to break down today. This is the Mariners POSTCAST. Dan Wilson's not a good manager. Castillo was bad, but somehow only gives up 3. Finds a way to get through 4 innings, even though it might have been his worst start of the night. Like, not looking at results, it might have been his worst start of the season in terms of how his stuff looked. It was bad. Julio's great. Gino continues to be hot, and that's kind of it. You get absolutely dominated. I am really trying not to swear. You're getting absolutely dominated in your East Coast trip. You end up getting swept by the Philadelphia Phillies. Chris Crawford, what are your thoughts? Before I just go off, go ahead.
I'm just going to make it simple for you. No. Hell no. Like absolutely not. Like none of this, right? Like this is no. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. No. Hell no. Hell to the no. Hella no. No squared. Hell no squared. The hypotenuse of dexterity. Hell no. Absolutely not.
No.
Yeah.
I'll add another note to that just because.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do something today. We'll start with the start. Castillo. Not good. Once again, the fact that Bryce Miller was your best starting pitcher since Brian Wu on Friday. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah, just his velo's down again. I'm starting to get some worries that there might be some injury stuff with him because it's not looking good. And the Phillies are a good team. You can't get away with what he tried to get away with today. Somehow he gives up only 3 runs, and you're still in the game by the time he leaves the game. And I actually, before we just go off on Dan Wilson, I actually admired the decision early in the game to go to Bizzardo and then Brash. I really like that. I was like, okay, you're pitching to stay in this game, and then Gino delivers to keep you in the game. And then when it's a 1-run game going into the 7th inning, you go to Taylor Saucedo.
It's mismanagement. It's complete mismanagement, man. And back to Castillo, like,
yeah, before we get into
it was bad. It was really bad.
It was very bad.
Awful on this on this road trip. Excuse me. He just did not look like he was fooling anybody. Like the start against the Mets, we're just doing it game by game, but it's concerning that this was back-to-back clunkers against these types of lineups, right? And to be fair, the Phillies lineup's better than the Mets lineup. Like
it's elite. It's
really
elite.
Good.
Yeah.
It's really good. By the way, I admire Petty. And I think that showing the pettiness to hand Kyle Schwarber the MVP because you're mad at Shohei Ohtani for not signing you, upper echelon pettiness. Great job, Seattle Mariners, right? Like, what a great way to rub it in and be like, no, we're going to let Kyle Schwarber hit 14 home runs off of him, and he's going to get his MVP. He might be the MVP. Like, he's having a really, really good year. It's going to go to Ohtani. But it was just a very poor start. Very poor start. What do you give up? 10 hits?
10 hits in 4 innings.
It wasn't dinked and dunked, guys. It was a lot of hard contact. The triple, I think Julio can catch that ball. That's a pretty tough play, though. Just out of his arm, we would have been talking about that being one of the plays. But
Great comment, Kendall.
Jesus Luzardo probably, you know what? Probably. He probably would have game would have started with the rain delay. Oh, and by the way, I appreciate everyone who likes my hoodie and my background today because I'm in my dark place with this baseball team right now.
Dude,
by the way, right before we started, Anders, not right before, but just before, Ian called me and asked if I can come on at 2:00. So I'm going to have to avoid swearing twice. We'll see how well I do.
Have fun with that.
We'll see.
I know how hard that can be for you sometimes.
Yes, absolutely. So, back to it. Luis Castillo was bad. It was a bad start. It's easy to forget because of how crappy some of the arms who pitched after him were. But Luis Castillo has to pitch better.
You strike out 17 times. Okay, but again, I'm going to go into the players' downfall today. You strike out 17 times today, and the other team gets 20 hits, and 20 hits for the second straight game. Oof. So
that's so many hits.
That's a lot of hits.
So many hits against a team that is still built, on run prevention.
Yes,
this is still a team that is built on preventing runs. They didn't prevent anything today, and they didn't prevent really anything like this whole week. 2-7, man. That's just such an awful. By the way, the difference between 3-6 and 2-7, I know it's one game. It's massive. I just feel like it's massive, and
especially if it's the last game today.
Especially if it's the last game, you get a chance to get the win. You get to go home and play against a not very good Sacramento baseball team. But you betted so hard tonight. Just have to wash those sheets you're throwing out the sheets from this one, right?
They're soiled, dude. They're done.
They are completely done. They are those sheets that you see at a hospital that are just like the nurse cannot wait to get rid of those things. I can't wait to get rid of this series, man. And it's weird. I kind of wish they were playing tomorrow, just to get some bad taste out of your mouth. But at the same time, I don't want to deal with this again. No. You know what I mean? I don't want to watch this baseball team right now. It's so crazy how the vibes have changed so quickly. But Luis Castillo was really bad.
I'm sorry, Mac, man. That's not my intention.
You know what? I don't know if I've ever heard Mr. Beast talk before.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of thumbnails of him on YouTube, but
I see you have a similar facial hair.
Should I go deeper like this the entire time? Okay, before we get to the second half of the show, I want to just kind of quickly run down. I want to ask you, Chris Crawford, how concerned are you about this pitching? I realize it's just one road trip. But again, you said it, and I think that's perfectly stated. This team is built on run prevention. Everyone's excited about the new offense, and you can point at certain times in the series where the offense wasn't great, but you still end up scoring a decent amount of runs in each of these games. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, there are garbage time runs a lot along those lines as well. But I don't think the offense is the issue. It's your pitching, dude. When you have terrible starting pitching, this is what it looks like. So do you see any light at the end of the tunnel? Is this just all bad starts and clumped one area, or is this something that we need to be starting to be concerned about?
Let me get in my thinking space.
Okay, right, thinking sphere.
I'm trying to be rational because what you saw over the last 6, right? It wasn't really the Baltimore series, right? The Baltimore series was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
You pitched well in that series. But the Mets series was really bad. My concern is not for the next, what do we got left? 34 games, right? 34.
Yeah.
My concern is not for the next 34. My concern is what happens after that, right? Yeah. Are any of these guys good enough to go up against a great lineup? Now, you got to get there still. And the way they've played over the last 9 games, you're not going to get there. You will blow this if you keep playing like this. Obvious point is probably obvious. But I do think the pitching will be okay. If you want to take the most positive view possible, you're getting the clunkers out of the way. right? You're getting those bad starts
it.
that you have to have out of the way because nobody's perfect. I think we talked about this in one show. Whenever I root for a good college basketball team, I always hope that they lose either right before the conference tournament or in the conference tournament because you can't keep playing great forever, right?
Sure.
So if you want to get these out of the way so you finish hot at the end of the year, great. That being said, there's process and there's results. The results were S-word. The process was S-word too, right? Like it wasn't bad luck.
Nope.
There was not like, and I'll give Castillo credit for battling and limiting only to 3 runs. Sure, if that's what you want to say, but like, man, but to answer your question on a scale of 1 to 5, how concerned I would be about this pitching, I'd probably go at 2.75, a little bit above average, right? Like, so that's a concern, you know, but it's not like an all-out. Boy, this is just ridiculous.
I know. Like, I love the look. I love the look.
Well, let's just make it a little bit tighter. I just need to see it. I need to see it. I think this is a big homestand. I want to see these guys like prove in, you know what? There will be something where people say, well, they can get it done at home, right? I just want to see them get it done. I just want to see them get it done. So I would go 2.75.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you. I usually do the DEFCON 5 to DEFCON 1 sort of scale. So similar to what you were saying, except backwards as you go back into your thinking sphere. I'd probably go DEFCON 2.
Okay.
If so, that's for those who don't know. DEFCON 1 is like, oh my God, what is going on? Alarm bells ringing right now.
Can someone send me a screenshot of what's happening right now? Just because.
Just clip this. We'll be all over social media. You'll find it later. To me, I feel like so much of what made that homestand so successful was kind of the vibes in the stadium, was like the players building off of that. And I think that's what led to a 9-1. Like, okay, like we got something here. You pissed that all away. Yeah, you did. I'm sorry, you did. Like you have to build that up again. You can't just assume like, oh, okay, we just were on the road for a certain amount of time. You know, the fans will come back and support us just like they were 10 days ago. No, you pissed it all away. You got to build it up again. All right. Which sucks because I'm a huge believer in momentum. Yeah. I think that especially in a long season like this, and we saw it. I've mentioned this before. We saw it in 2022. The 14-game winning streak is the reason you made the playoffs. Okay. Right. That is the reason. So you got to lengthen the good stretches and try and shrink the bad stretches as much as possible. You can't just keep going 50-50 like this team is right now. Now, I realize the Astros keep losing as well, so you can look at it one way. Personally, this is how I look at it. Who do you think is happier that both teams are losing right now? The Astros or the Mariners?
That's a good point.
It's the Astros because they're in the lead, okay? Yeah. They're like, oh, we're still in the lead of a game and a half. It's the Mariners who need to catch up, so they need to win. So I can't do that anymore. I'm sorry. And just to have it, and it's one thing to lose, like you said, but it's another thing to get absolutely
mollywop.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And outclassed.
Yeah. Yeah. That you cannot watch this series and think that the Seattle Mariners are as good as the Philadelphia Phillies. There's no way.
Not even close.
There's just no way. By the way, I'm just realizing that the hat is lined up perfectly.
It's perfect.
Right now.
It's like on the side of your head.
I kind of look like Goofy where he's wearing his little hat thing. Gosh, I'm having a lot of fun with my. That was terrible. Speaking of terrible, the Seattle Mariners stink.
Okay, let's get into a big reason why I think they stink. I want to maybe have Chris Crawford talk me off the ledge on how bad the managerial situation is. But first, we're gonna give some love to Gametime. Oh boy, breathe. Have you ever decided at the last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? Maybe it's game day and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. That's exactly where Gametime comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Gametime makes it possible.
Gametime makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. The zone deals is one of my favorite parts of it. Like they just pick the best section. You don't have to scroll through a bunch of stuff. They'll give you the best deal right there. If you're a Phillies fan and you want to watch Kyle Schwarber continue to dominate, maybe he'll even hit against teams that are not the Seattle Mariners. I would be checking out Gametime right now.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, make sure to create an account, then redeem the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Okay.
Can we
Let's get
go
into
full
it.
screen with me again real quick just to show
Yeah.
the people who came in like just how good this look how good this looks. I am good at what I do. Like this is just really impressive work by Chris Crawford. Okay, Anders, come back in.
Yeah, I'm coming. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. How bad is Dan Wilson? I'm just going to open that up to you.
I don't think he's doing a good job. And I honestly, if I was feeling better, I would be probably
Yelling a little bit
apoplectic
more
right now and yelling a lot more. The decision, okay, 6th inning. I actually really liked the decision to go to Matt Brash there, right? And I was shocked when I saw him come in the game because I was working and all of a sudden I see Matt Brash come in and I was like, what? After he threw 22 pitches last night?
Some urgency. Thank you.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. A little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for here? You really want to win this game, right? Really urgency. That's the word I couldn't think of. Just really wanting to get into this thing. And then Eugenio Suarez hits the home run to make it 3-2. By the way, Julio just misses on that homer to end that inning too. Oh my gosh. And then we were talking about a lot. No, that wasn't that inning. I'm sorry. That was the inning before. Big Dumper lines out. Big Dumper had a horrible game today.
Yep.
Julio lines out, just misses on that pitch. But you get that run in the 7th inning to make it 3-2. You're right back in the game. The decision to bring Matt Brash in is a successful one because he kept you in the game. And you go to Taylor Saucedo? That's your answer, is to go to Taylor Saucedo? Why?
After you get it run closer.
Why? And a bunch of people tried to justify this. Oh, it's because it's the bottom of the order. You need to bring in somebody. You don't want to waste one of your high leverage relievers. Shut up! It's a high leverage situation. It doesn't matter who's freaking hitting in the spot.
Oh.
And then to leave him in against Turner and Harper. What are you doing? He's doing the rest of this.
Yeah. Feel better, Chris. I couldn't say it any better. Not to mention, in the 7th inning after Gino hits the home run, I get it.
Jump scare.
Whoa. I get it. Like, you have David Robertson in at that point. This is still top the 7th, by the way. You leave Garver in for him.
Yes.
And then you pinch hit Rayleigh for Solano instead.
Yes.
I get it. You're trying to keep 2 catchers available in case you need an emergency situation. But man, if you look at, I realize Solano's not everyone's favorite, but he's so much better than Garver against right-handed pitching.
Oh, I mean, and the thing is too, I can't help but I don't want to take a victory lap because it doesn't feel good.
No.
But Anders Hurst, you have no idea how many people were such a-holes to me when I said Luke Rayleigh can't hit left-handed pitching. You have no idea. You have to give it a try.
Bad.
You have to give it a try. You have to let him see if he can get it.
He's hitting 050, all right? And less than that now.
He can't do it. It's not even an insult to him. A lot of guys can't do it, right? It's hard. When you have a Josh Naylor who is not completely inept against left-handers, it's a huge compliment to him, right? It is not so much an insult to Luke Rayleigh. He can't do it. He just flat out can't do it. And Dan Wilson has to know that they have lefties in that bullpen to go in and pitch in that situation too, right? I just feel like the moment's too big for Wilson. I just feel like it is. And this is what happens when you hire a guy who has not only no managerial experience, no coaching experience with a major league team, like working with players on the stuff. Yeah, this was a shock to me too, Dank Bud, that people on the internet can be a-holes. I was just absolutely stunned at how bad it
novel
be.
concept.
I said, "Yep, what a concept," to quote my good friends at Smash Mouth. It just feels like it's too big for him. It just feels like, and it's not just hindsight, right? It's not just saying, "Oh, well, this decision didn't work. This decision didn't work." Because Anders, I think we've been fair, and we've mentioned moments we've liked from Dan Wilson. I just literally did the decision to bring in Brash. I liked it. I really liked it. I really hated the decision to go to Saucedo, in terms of both process and result. And he got his stuff pushed in. It was awful. It was a horrible, horrible game for him. And, I'll give Saucedo credit. He did look good against the Mets in a very low leverage situation. Very low leverage situation. I am much more concerned about the manager of the Seattle Mariners than I am about the pitching staff. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, that's great. Let's jump off on that because I also want to point out, as hard as I am on Wilson, did the Mariners deserve to win this game? Were the Mariners the better team today? No.
Oh, that's a good question.
No, they were not. They got out hit by a lot.
Yeah, they did.
Their starting pitcher was much better than our starting pitcher. No. So again, you take some of the good luck with Castillo. Could have been a lot worse with that result. With, I guess, bad luck with your manager, but that's the point, though, is you get a break in how you didn't give up a ton of runs in a bad start for Luis Castillo, and then you piss it all away by making awful decisions that don't help your team win baseball games.
I went with the taco.
I like it. It's not Tuesday, but Taco Wednesday, sure. The thing is, though, with Dan Wilson, there are certain strengths to certain managers, right? Maybe some of them are very good at in-game decisions. Obviously, something we have pointed out that we don't think Dan Wilson is good at.
Correct.
There are some that get their guys fired up, right? They're a good, let's go. Bring the juice. Come on. We've mentioned their record in delays. We've mentioned their record in this road trip. His refusal to get tossed in any situation. Okay. Maybe they're vibes guys. And I guess that's the one positive of Dan Wilson is when things are going well, he is fine. You don't see those warts as much, but I feel like that's the case with almost any manager. What does he do well? What does he do well? I'm actually, and this is not a rhetorical question. No. I'm actually asking, what does he do well as a manager?
The thing with managers too is that unless we are in the clubhouse every day, we can't really answer that question, right? As far as that, but there is
something to be said about. I don't think it's a coincidence that Cal Raleigh's having this season.
No,
that Dan Wilson comes in. So
but how much of that credit? How much of that credit goes to Kevin Seitzer and Edgar Martinez over?
Probably more than Dan Wilson.
Because here's the thing. Dan Wilson was a above average hitter for a lot of his career, but he wasn't it's not like all of a sudden you say, "Hey, I know how to unlock 47 home runs," bud. That's the thing. But it's fair to say, and I will say that I haven't heard about any knife fights in the Seattle Mariner dugouts. I haven't heard about anything going super wrong in the clubhouse or anything along those lines. But the in-game stuff, what we can see, right? What we can see from our own peepers.
And what do we always say, Chris, on the postcast? We can only react to what
we see. Right. 100,000%. Yeah. That's the thing too, is that, and if the Mariners know more than us, and I sure as hell hope they do, then maybe there's stuff going on that, they're doing that we just we won't get, and I don't need to get it as long as it works, right?
Yeah.
But it's not working right now. The last 9 games have been pathetic, absolutely pathetic, and I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, man. I'm just not. I love a lot of this roster. I love their deadline. I love garlic fries. I don't love what they have done over. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
I can be a little bit reactionary to what the Seattle Mariners have done. And this 9-game road trip and what they've done on the road all year this year, guys, they're 31-35 away from Safeco or T-Mobile or Boost Mobile or whatever they call the stadium now. Like, that's not good enough. That is flat out not good enough. And there's a lot of teams this year who are struggling on the road. But then you have to just absolutely kick you know what at home. And they've been good, but not great at home.
Yeah.
They are 37-25. That's about where the other playoff teams are, a little bit worse. Like Boston's 41-25. Toronto's really been good, 42-21. Yep. I just need more.
Yeah.
I need more. And I can be reactionary right now because I have watched the Seattle Mariners look like a bad baseball team for 1/18 of the season now. That's not that small of a sample.
No. And it just it makes me so upset that it comes on the heels of the best stretch of baseball the Mariners have had since 2022. And it felt like we were getting over the hump. And it's, again, you just pissed it all away. You have to start, I don't want to say from ground zero, but
sure.
I don't know. Like
it's the South Park meme and it's gone, right? Like it's there is a lot of that happened. And I won't be shocked if they get it back. Right?
No,
it won't be a surprise at all if they go 5-1 or 4-2 on this homestand at all. Right? But it's disappointing that if you could have gone 4-5 or even 3-6 on this road trip, or heaven forbid you actually have a winning road trip.
God forbid.
What are you talking about? The Mariners are probably 3 games up in the division if you could have had a winning homestand, right? Like something along those lines.
4-5.
Yeah.
You're half a game up.
Yeah.
You could. It doesn't take that much.
No. It's just it is. Again, a lot of people in the comments mentioned that they'll be fine. I won't be shocked if they are.
Yeah,
but it won't be anything based on what we saw.
Yeah, if they play like this, they won't be. Like, I'm sorry.
It won't be based on anything that we saw today. They really need to kick butt at home. Need to.
I'm going to jump off that because now this puts pressure on you.
Yes.
If you had gone 4-5, maybe even 3-6, it's like, okay, well, we expect to come home and win this next 2 series, but now like you have to. If you don't, big time concerns.
Big time concerns. Absolutely. And stay tuned to Ty and Colby. I'm sure they should have a very fun episode tomorrow. Wait. Yeah. Or
they love Dan Wilson, don't they, Chris Crawford?
Oh yeah, they're a big fan. I think that I believe that they may be related to him. I just feel like they just have super nepotism going on.
And that would be one Thanksgiving dinner if that were the case.
That would be that would be a fun one for sure. But we can give an unsung hero.
Yeah, let's do it.
Unsung heroes to Detroit Tigers. Thank you, baby. Thank you for doing what you got to do, because without the Detroit Tigers, we would be well effed and far from home, right? Like this could have gone real bad. And it did go real bad. And again, you could be frustrated that if you would have played better with the Houston Astros sucking out loud, that, hey, you could have been leading this division. But at least you didn't get both, right? At least you didn't crater while the Houston Astros rose from the ashes. No, they suck too. This is a struggle bus of a division right now.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Not unsung hero, but we didn't mention it long enough. Julio had a great game. And an awesome game. So
I saw some people complaining about being picked off. And okay, sure. Here's the thing. Nothing happened offensively. We can be hindsight here.
He had 3 of the 5 hits, guys.
Yeah, he had 3 of the 5 hits. And also he made a terrific diving catch to kind of bail Castillo out. He was really good today. And again, if Gino would have hit a homer the next pitch, then I would be like, oh, that pickoff really hurts. I don't mind you being aggressive in a game like that, right? I don't mind you needing, in a game where they needed the offense. Like, I don't mind that aggressiveness. I'd love him to be a little bit better, a little bit in those situations, sure. But unsung hero Gabe Spire for being ready to come in, even if Dan were out there shoes. So.
There's so many more options that you could have gone to instead of
it's just
situation.
it's just.
I'm struggling to think like, what?
But you know what Dan Wilson thinks? This is fine.
Yeah, he probably does. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being our therapy because we need it. I needed to yell at the screen, not at you guys. You guys are awesome. The chat, you guys are great. If you missed any part of today's episode, you can find it anywhere you get your podcast right after. Day off tomorrow. God, do they need it? Holy, they need it. There's some banged up dudes. Good to get a day off for Randy, day off for Julio, day off for JP, day off for Naylor, a full day off for Naylor, even though he had one today. Day off for Eugenio. But good to see him start to hit. So just honestly, just pitch. And this changes a lot. Just pitch, please. Yeah. We'll talk to you guys on Friday. I haven't looked at the pitching matchup. I believe it's Brian Wu, ? Against whoever the A's are throwing out there. So we'll kind of reevaluate where we are at that point, but you got to have a big homestand. Last word, Chris Crawford.
Somebody asked if this is simply Seattle. Yes, it is. And I just have one more thing to say.